This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Tuesday the 24th day of July in the year 2018. Here's what we're tracking tonight. Police investigators are convinced that the 5 armed men who were shot dead this morning during an armed confrontation with police ranks were after a safe in the house that they were nabbed trying to invade. The dead men have been identified as Timothy St. Hill, Levi Braffett, Andrew Daly, Ian Ford, and Jermaine Dubé. Timothy St. Hill was well known to law enforcement, having appeared in court on several occasions for various offenses. He is also believed to have provided aid to some of the prisoners from the June 2016 jailbreak. Braffett and Daly have also had run-ins with the law and had appeared before the courts to face criminal charges. Acting Police Commissioner David Ramnarine called a midday press conference today to praise his ranks for their work and offer more details on the incident. He said from all appearances the 5 men may have been after a safe in the house, and it was a caretaker of the house who called 911 after hearing the loud sounds of the efforts to break into the house.
An anti-crime patrol in C Division, which was aware that a CID headquarters plainclothes patrol was in the vicinity at Sapphire, joined together and proceeded to the address given. They proceeded rather cautiously by ensuring that the vehicles, the police vehicles that is to say, was secluded in a particular area, having knowledge of how the entrance and exit to the place would have been.
The commissioner explained that 2 sets of police ranks responded to the 911 calls and took up positions close to the home. He said the ranks noticed 2 men in the yard, and as they were called out, the men opened fire.
As they arrived at the location, quite cautiously and tactically, 2 men were seen in the yard of the premises with rifles. Police challenged them. The men opened fire on the police, who returned fire. Both men fell. A 3rd man, who was in the premises, ran out from it and was caught in that exchange of gunfire.
An AK-47 rifle and 2 shotguns were recovered at the scene, along with a crowbar and other items officers believe would have been used to gain access to the house. Mr. Ramnarine said his ranks were brave in their response to the 3 a.m. incident, and that will be remembered. He did not offer any details on the homeowner or the caretaker. More news in a moment.
Stock your kitchen cupboards up for free by visiting GMSA's Uncapped Marketplace and participating in the Save the Favor competition. Double your chances to win coupons to enter the competition by answering questions online or attending the event on Saturday, July 28 at the National Track and Field Center, Lenora, West Coast, Demerara. Event starts at 10 hours. You must arrive before 14 hours for a chance to win shelves of quality products. See press for details or visit the Uncapped Facebook page today. Don't miss it!
Welcome back. Guyana has started to offer assistance to those Venezuelans who have crossed over into Guyana in the Region 1 area to escape the hardship in their country. Many are now being provided with hampers and medical aid. But the government still believes that persons coming into Guyana to seek refuge should do so through the proper channels. Foreign Minister Carl Greenidge.
So it's the irregular movements that are the problem. The more regular ones ought and have not really been a problem largely. And that is the situation. Yes, the authorities in Whitewater are aware of these, and a joint ministerial team, which includes health, immigration, and citizenship, is aware of these rules. They were discussed in cabinet, and they've been conveyed to the relevant ministers, and that is what they're supposed to be implementing. There's nothing special about Whitewater. There are, of course, in some instances, persons who are camped on the other side of the border. That is not our issue. There are some in Guyanese territory seeking entry or seeking the right to stay for longer periods, and that is being handled. The problems are arising with the Guyanese and problems have arisen because some of them felt that they didn't have to be vaccinated.
The Region 1 administration has been pressing the government for more aid to assist the Venezuelans since its resources have been running thin. The government has set up a special task force to examine the issue, since funding will have to be made available to assist them on humanitarian grounds. In the courts 1 week after his father was set free of a cocaine trafficking charge in an unrelated case, the son of former murder and cocaine trafficking accused Andre Zipper Gomes learned that he would be spending the next 4 years and 6 months in jail for cocaine trafficking. 33-year-old Mark Gomes was slapped with a sentence this morning along with his co-accused 38-year-old Mohammed Kadir after they were found guilty of cocaine trafficking. A third accused in the same matter, Ryan Fowler, has already started serving his time behind bars after he pleaded guilty at the start of the trial. Gomes and Kadir have also been slapped with a $6 million fine. The two men stood before the chief magistrate today and showed no emotions as the sentence was handed down. They were busted back in April on Sheriff Street with over 5 pounds of cocaine stashed in oil bottles. The Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit was tipped off on the involvement of the men in drug trafficking and was tracing a car carrying Gomes and Fowler when the bust was made. As the car stopped along Sheriff Street for an exchange with Kadir, counter ranks moved in and arrested all 3 men. Gomes' father had been earlier charged in another cocaine trafficking case, but his case was dismissed last week for lack of evidence. And finally this evening, weeks after the body of a missing woman was found decomposed on Samos Island in the Peruni River area, the man who was last seen with her has been charged with her murder. 38-year-old minor James Allen appeared in court today before the chief magistrate and was not required to enter a plea to the indictable charge of murder. It is alleged that between the 28th of June and the 8th of July this year at Samos Island, Allen murdered Petal Hafiz, who worked as a cook in the area. The body of the woman was discovered on the 10th of July in a shallow grave after a search was launched when family members realized they have not been hearing from her. When the woman's body was found in the shallow grave, it was badly burnt. The cause of death could not be fully determined, but it was a relative who identified her because of the pieces of clothes that were found with the body. The accused has been remanded to jail until August, when the court case will continue. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. Gordon Mosley reporting.